but you could probably, anyway, that's all. Just I would stay away from Alabama, Auburn football and politics.
Do people sometimes stereotype businesses because they've dealt with other businesses?
Yes.
They start thinking that all businesses that deal with a certain subject, of course people.
All lawyers are crooks.
All lawyers are audit.
Well, I wasn't going that way.
But go for it, because I ain't your typical lawyer. So.
Yeah, I mean, I
See, you have to present yourself different though, don't you?
Well, I do. Absolutely. Well, I present myself as me. I'm very down to earth and can speak to anyone in a room.
And that is part of it sometimes, is overcoming those stereotypes of your profession, because people have that idea in
and
their
a lot of
mind.
people don't even know I'm an attorney when they first meet me and they get to know me. And then they hear, you're an attorney? I never would have thought that, And I hope it's not a reflection on what they think intellectually of me, but more personality-wise. So, absolutely. No, if I have to be in a courtroom, I turn on the courtroom Vicky, or in a negotiation. If I need to be, a bulldog, I can be a bulldog. I can morph into those different things. But when you first meet me, you're going to meet Vicky.
And so you probably test out more even in the different areas too.
Across.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've even seen people take it the other way though, where when selling a product, and one company says, no, we're not interested, then I've heard people say, oh, that whole industry is not interested in what we do. But no, it was one client you had. Don't just write off a whole industry because one of your potential clients said no. I've seen that happen a lot.
Which brings up an excellent point. But I've actually, a good resource is like these alliances when you're meeting with folks. Have you ever had somebody that absolutely shatters an image of something that you had? I'm going to use an example here. Please don't be embarrassed. But when I first met Carrie, she was very impressive. Now, because of her age, it was obviously she's younger and belongs to the millennial generation. However, her approach is a lot different than a lot of the younger generation that I plan across the working environment. So individuals can actually break out of a pigeonhole and actually change the entire perception of a group, and how we interact. Does everybody know about the internal editor that we have built in? Just built into our mind. It's called the internal editor. And what it is based on we're an amalgamation of our life experiences. You have good experiences with some things, and you identify those with positive experiences. You have a bad experience with something, like someone, for example, getting bit by a dog. They're much more apprehensive when it comes to being around dogs from that point forward. The same thing happens with people when they try to buy cars or have legal experiences. It may not be that the lawyer's bad, but if someone's went through a divorce or something like that, they've had much worse experience than someone who started a business and had to do things to protect their assets. It's a lot different perspective. So that's some of the things that we have to be aware of when we're actually positioning ourselves and when we're going forward. And also we have to learn techniques to overcome that internal editor, where you can give them new experiences, kind of rewires them to make some things different about your business or your position. In the environmental world, what do you run into? Sorry, I did the bad waiter thing.
Both with mouthfuls.
Both at the same time. That was good timing.
There's an impression, for sure, that it's very hippy-dippy, not to coin a phrase, to use something I've heard before, that the environmental industry is about saving the environment. When our goal is much more individual, to serving our client, or to serving the company, down to serving a person, if it comes down to that. Saving the environment is great and all, but that's certainly not our purpose in business at this time.
Good point.
A lot of this thing too is we're in the environmental world for a long time. The predisposition was we were a necessary evil. We were always money off the bottom line to something that we weren't adding value to their product because we were costing them money to keep them in compliance. All they needed to do was generate product, and that was a lot of the early industry misconception for a lot of years. And it was hard to get folks to buy into the fact that, hey, you've got a compliance responsibility that you have to meet, and we're going to help you facilitate that. And having those relationships between a consultant, your client, and a state or federal agency is something that a lot of folks did not know how to take and understand. And working through those barriers where a client now will have, a very good client will have very little contact with a state or federal entity. They come to the consultant and say, hey, this is what we've got to do, this is our permit, this is what we need done, I need you to help facilitate it. And it's gone to where, hey, you pay me now or you can pay me later. It's gone from that mentality to being an integral part of the business.
So if you position yourself with a business and you said, listen, you know, it's kind of a necessary evil. The law I can do is actually prevent you from getting expensive fines and things like that for not meeting.
Once you develop a relationship with somebody, and that's kind of what something I kind of joked to some of my older clients about. I said, you know, you can either not do what you're supposed to do now and not pay me now, or you can become a burden to the state or to the EPA, get fined, pay the fine, and then turn around and pay me later. So what's cheaper in your mind?
But some of the things you're going to provide while keeping them compliant may actually save them money.
Sure.
Because there may be materials they don't have to pay to get disposed of properly. There may be lower energy consumption. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can end up doing that actually not only makes them compliant, but saves them money. And that will usually get most businesses' attention. Okay, if you tell them I'm coming in here to make you compliant, they've already zoned out. Right. If you tell them I'm here to keep you out of trouble and save you some money, now you'll get their attention.
Same thing with tax accountants, things like that, you know, it's like nobody wants to pay money to have someone else tell them how to pay their taxes, you know, it's like you're gonna pay twice. But if you hire a tax accountant who knows what they're doing, you know what I mean, it's like you might pay them a little and you might save a little or a lot later on, you know, stay out of trouble.
The big thing is staying out of trouble.
Yeah, stay out of trouble.
And that's kind of across the consultant world altogether. Is a lot of folks when they're dealing with consultants, first of all, they have to make sure that they're actually dealing with someone who's competent in their field. But the second thing is they unfortunately a lot of them learn too late that you can't be cheap on the way to success.